5.6 weeks of paid vacation is just an insane thing to me. It's just look at the none. They work less, they get more paid vacation, they have less public holidays, but who really cares about a public holiday? What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video today once again. And today we're going to take a look at what the average American person versus the average British person does? I guess it's a comparison. I guess how do they compare? I don't really know what you would consider average. I don't know if it's like middle class or just like average in the way that they think or that they speak or that they have the will to live at this point, because you know what, we're on that boat. But you guys can let me know your thoughts on the average American versus the average British person. I find this very, very intriguing just because I kind of want to see what average looks like. For not only Britain, but for America as well. I don't really know exactly what would be average here. So you guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, whether you're from the US or from the UK or from anywhere else. Let me know what you guys think about the average of these two people. But yeah, let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video just down in the description below.
Two of the closest allies in the world today are the United States of America and the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
I beg to differ.
Both countries
Us and
consider
Canada.
their bilateral partnership to be the strongest of bonds. The British-American bloodline runs deep, with millions of Americans identifying themselves as having either English, Scottish, Welsh, or Scotch-Irish ancestry. Given these close ties, we thought it would be fun to compare these two powerful nations in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average Brit. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad. First of all, we should explain what the United Kingdom of Great Britain is, as it's often an area of confusion. When we talk about the UK, we are referring to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is a sovereign state consisting of 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The average Brit we are discussing today is someone from the UK. In terms of ancestral relations, according to a Census Bureau American Community Survey, nearly 27 million people identified as being part English, over 5.5 million said Scottish, about 5 million said Scotch-Irish, and nearly 2 million said Welsh.
39
Although
million?
Irish and
Out of
German
218
Americans
million
make up
people?
larger portions of the US public, it's thought there are a lot more Americans that have Brit blood flowing
That's
through their
right,
veins,
right,
but no
yeah.
longer consider themselves being anything other than a full-blooded American. With this in mind, we'll start with some comparisons of a physical nature. The average Brit stands just a fraction taller than the average American, with the BBC lately reporting that the average man in the UK is now 5 feet 10 inches and the average woman is 5 feet.
How is the average height 5'10"? How? How is it a thing? I'm tall as hell. So I'm barely above average for UK height.
5
Damn,
inches.
I'm not coming to the
American
UK.
men
I'm not
average
coming to that.
5 feet
Why would I
9.5
go there?
inches, and American women
Boom,
5 feet
5'9",
3.5
and my
inches.
women short.
Both countries are
What's
considered
up?
to be not so well proportioned when
I'll
compared
take
to
it.
other more developed nations, with a new report from the Institute
Also,
of
I love
Metrics
that.
and
I know
Evaluation.
this is just a little infographic show, but I love that. Like a skinny face, fat face guy. Fat face guy, thick waisted women, glasses, nerdy, UK. Well, I don't know why I'm looking this deep into it, but it's just an observation for me.
Stating that the USA is in 18th place on the world's most obese nations.
Yes, we are.
Only Egypt was the other populous nation in the top 20 countries, which was filled mostly by countries in the South
Let's
Pacific.
go.
The UK, however, might also need to get in shape, with reports stating that obesity is a national tragedy, and that by 2025, the UK will be the fattest country
Let's
in Europe.
go.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and
We fat
Prevention's latest
together.
report, the average American male is now 195.7 pounds, and the average woman is 168.5 pounds. The average British man is 186.2 pounds, and the average woman is 154 pounds. Does the fact both countries are perhaps on the heavy side influence life expectancy? American men on average will live to 77.11 years, and American women 81.94.
course women are gonna live longer than
Citizens
us.
of the United Kingdom
That's
can
fair.
expect to clock out at a similar age on average, with male life expectancy standing at 79.1 and female
Charles.
life expectancy 82.8. The median age, meaning half the country is older and half the country younger, is 37.8 in the USA for men
So
and
it's
women,
younger
and
because
right
we
on
die
40
earlier.
in the UK.
Yikes.
Which country is making more babies at the moment? Current statistics state that the US and UK are similar here, with births per woman in America averaging 1.84 and in the UK 1.9. Marriage rates have decreased in many developed nations over the last few
Yeah,
decades.
also
According to
makes
the
sense.
CDC, in 2015, 6.8 people per 1,000 of the total population tied the knot in
6.8 per 1,000. Hey, listen. Marriage just ain't a thing. It's just no longer a thing in the United States. I'm actually, before they even say it, I'm just gonna guess that the UK is probably higher in this instance. Considering you guys are on an island with nowhere to go. It's a joke. But dang, it's 6.8?
In the USA, while in the UK that number was 4.5 per 1,000. Around 42% of UK marriages end in divorce, with almost half of US marriages ending the same way. On that sobering note, we'll take a look at money matters. In terms of industry, both nations are considered champions of the world, but according to the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, the USA citizen grosses a higher salary than the average UK person. The average gross salary in the USA was the 5th highest in the world at $4,893 per month, while the UK sat in 14th place on the list with an average of $3,461 per month. In terms of cost of living, Americans might need
because our cost of living is way higher.
Report putting the USA in 18th place in the world on a cost of living index and the UK in 29th place. We must also note that cost of living and wages can change dramatically from city to city.
London.
If we take a look at the economics Big Mac index, we find that the cost of a Big Mac in the US is $5.06, while the Brits only pay $3.73. At the same time, the index shows someone in London has to work on average 1 minute longer than someone in New York to buy the same thing. At the high end of the earnings scale, the US is home to the richest man on the planet, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, whose fortune amounts...
Technically, we're home to 3 of the richest men in the world, in Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates. But you know what? There probably is a lot more in the UK. Let's face it.
To around $87 billion. The richest person in the UK is actually listed as 2 brothers, who are part of the Hinduja family. Their net worth is around $16.9 billion, according to Forbes. In total, there are 134 billionaires based in the UK, according to the Sunday Times, while the USA has the most billionaires in the world at 565.
They own our technology, they own what I'm using right now.
What do Americans and Brits get for all their hard work? Well, the Brits don't work as hard, according to one study that divided the total number of hours actually worked by the average number of people in employment per year. The USA was 16th on the list at 34.40 hours per week, and the UK was 24th on the list at 32.25 hours per week. The Brits also get more time off, with workers by law given 5.6 weeks of paid vacation time per year. In the US, there is no such law, and paid time off is an agreement made between the employer and the employee. The average paid days off in the US is said to be about 10 days, with that number increasing with the number of years in a certain job. The UK has less public holidays, though, at
5.6 weeks of paid vacation is just an insane thing to me. It's just look at the none. They work less, they get more paid vacation, they have less public holidays, but who really cares about a public holiday? I don't care. I want some paid vacation. And they got it. And I want it. Let's move to the UK as a team. From America watching this, let's all buy a house together. Let's do something different, because let me get some paid vacation.
The US enjoying 10 national public holidays.
Man,
Americans may work harder, but they also seem to be getting more for their buck.
US
While the British public has been dealing with drastically increasing property prices, they also live in very small abodes. Studies have found that Britain's houses on average
I don't care. I don't need big spaces, as is notable by this room.
Feet. American citizens on average can enjoy much larger living areas, with the average house size being around 2,160 square feet. The US also has more in terms of vehicle ownership. America is 3rd on the list of number of vehicles owned per 1,000 people at 797, excluding motorcycles and anything else on 2 wheels. The UK lies in 34th place on the same list with 519 vehicles per 1,000 people. Rising property prices, expensive cars. What does this mean in terms of borrowing money? Household debt statistics, which is measured by all money owed to financial institutions, whether it be for a house or a BMW, has both the UK and the US in the top 10 countries of the world. For 2016, the UK was in 6th place on the household debt list, and the US
they actually hold more debt.
UK citizens looking for a higher education and a good start in life might also have to take on a lot of debt before they actually embark on a career. While much of Europe enjoys a free ride or low-cost higher education, England is now said to be the most expensive place in the world to get a college degree. The latest reports say UK nationals attending an English university can expect annual tuition to be $11,715 compared to the $9,410 Americans pay on average.
Thank God I didn't even have to pay tuition, so I appreciate the opportunities I was given here to at least go to college, to get through it, to have some sense of enjoyment out of getting a degree without
On
having
average,
to
the class of
get mega
2016 in the
loans.
USA owed around $37,172 in loans, while students graduating from a university in England could expect to owe as much as something in the region of $40,000 to $55,000. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland all have cheaper university tuition fees or no tuition fee for Scottish people
like
studying
that.
in Scotland. Students may still have to borrow to study, though, with a recent report by the Student Loans Company stating the average student debt in Northern Ireland and Scotland was around $26,000 and $15,000 respectively. The Welsh have part of their tuition fees paid for by the Welsh government, but students still rack up debts on average of around $24,000. UK citizens may take some comfort in matters of healthcare, with most costs covered by Britain's National Health Service. Americans are not so fortunate, with an article in The Atlantic this year stating that more than a quarter of Americans said that someone in their household was struggling to pay off crushing medical debts. With that, we come to the end of today's show. Head on over to the comments section
You know
to
what?
let us know
I love that they did not have to go in depth on healthcare, because let's face it, the American healthcare system is an absolute joke. It's a travesty. But you know what? In general, fair play to obviously the average American versus the average British person. I mean, I don't really know. Listen, average British. I don't know why I'm struggling to say British. Average British person is taller. They have a bit more debt. They weigh less. They don't make as much money. However, they don't have to, because the cost of living is higher in the U.S. They live longer. They also have more births or less births? More births, less marriages. That sounds lit. We already talked about money. I mean, America with the billionaires, what are the billionaires going to help us with? They don't pay for anything. We don't tax them at all. We're idiotic here in the U.S. This doesn't make any sense. This is the big one for me. The fact that they work less hours paid per week, they get more paid vacation, they have 2 less public holidays. 2 less! 2! That's irritating. I mean, the house size thing is, I feel like, maybe skewed, because the majority of people in the UK live either out in the country or in London. And so, I mean, those really are just 2 exact choices, I should say. But house size, you know what? I'm fine with that. Smaller is more for me. And the cars per person thing, I don't really care about. Debt. It's weird that they accrue more debt, especially at the college level, considering I thought the U.S. college, I guess there are more colleges and more public universities to go for in the U.S., because you can literally find one in any city, in any town. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously, let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comments below. Sorry for continuing to rant at the end of the video, but yeah, this has been a fun video. Let me know if you guys want to see it. We may do a video where I try to understand the British healthcare system, because I just want to understand why the US doesn't have healthcare in that same capacity, considering that NHS seems like it's amazing. I mean, the workers probably deserve to get paid more, but other than that, at least, you guys get that sort of healthcare system. So let me know your thoughts. If you guys want to see that video down in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.